You know those people who just seem to get so much done? It's like they figured out a secret, a way to bend time and somehow get 26 hours out of a 24-hour day. Well, it turns out there's actually a method to it. And today, we're going to break down exactly how you can get that same feeling of having extra time.
Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. Hang on, we all have the same 24 hours. And you're right, technically. The clock ticks the same for every single one of us. But in practice, it's not really true at all. The real difference is in how we experience those hours and how we use them. And to really get why, let's start with a story that might hit a little too close to home. This quote, it just gets right to the heart of the problem. I know, it sounds super dramatic, right? But think about it for a second. How many times has one tiny, insignificant little thing completely thrown your entire day off track? Let's just walk through how this happens. It's 5 a.m., your motivation is through the roof. You're ready to hit the gym, but then, just 1 minute later, this tiny little obstacle pops up. No matching socks. So the search begins, and by 5:30, a full half hour is gone. The socks are found, sure, but something way more important has vanished. Your motivation. It's been replaced by frustration. And what's the result? You just go back to sleep. A whole productive morning gone. And this brings us to the real core of the idea. Because that whole sock disaster, it wasn't just about losing 30 minutes. The real cost of it is something so much deeper and way, way more valuable. So here's the crucial difference. You might think, okay, I looked for my keys for 10 minutes, so I lost 10 minutes. But the actual loss, the thing that really sinks your productivity, is your mental flow and that precious, finite supply of willpower. You're draining your mental battery on these little tasks that don't actually move you forward at all. Let's go ahead and give this enemy a name. Friction. It's all those little obstacles, those daily hassles that just suck your energy dry. Looking for socks, untangling your headphones, trying to figure out what to wear. These are not just minor annoyances, folks. Friction is the #1 enemy of building good, consistent habits. So how in the world do we fight back against friction? Well, the solution isn't some fancy new app or a complicated productivity system. It all starts with a really simple but incredibly powerful shift in your mindset. You have to learn to become your own assistant. Just think about it for a second. Top CEOs, they don't waste their precious willpower on small decisions like what to wear. They have people for that, assistants who make sure everything is ready to go. Their clothes are laid out, their schedule's all planned. Now, you might not have a personal assistant on payroll, but you can give yourself that exact same advantage by doing the work for your future self the night before. So why the night before? What's the magic there? It's because you're using the right version of your brain for the right job. Your morning brain, let's be honest, is usually tired, it's groggy, it's reactive. It is terrible at making good decisions. But your night brain, that version of you is more strategic, more prepared, more proactive. You're basically letting the sharpest version of you set up the sleepiest version of you for a total win. Okay, so this whole mindset leads us to a very simple, very practical rule that you can literally put into practice tonight to completely change how your morning feels. And here it is. The rule is just beautiful in its simplicity. Before you go to bed, you prepare everything your morning self is going to need to do its most important work. You are essentially paving a perfectly smooth road for the day ahead, getting rid of all the bumps before you even have a chance to trip on them. So what does this actually look like? Let's go back to that gym example. Instead of scrambling around in the morning, your night brain packs the bag. The water bottle's already filled, the shoes are right there beside it, and yes, the socks are there. The keys are on the table right by the door. Everything is assembled and just waiting for you. The ultimate goal here is to create a path of least resistance to your good habits. You want to make it so ridiculously easy to do the right thing that it actually starts to feel harder not to do it. You know, when that gym bag is sitting by the door, perfectly packed, there are literally 0 obstacles between you and your workout. All you have to do is grab it and walk out the door. Okay, so we get the concept, we get the rule. Now it's time to go from theory to action. This is not just something to think about. This is something you can actually do tonight. So here is your challenge, and it's broken down into 2 really simple steps. Step 1, I want you to identify your own personal points of friction. What are the things you're always wasting time and energy on in the morning? And then step 2, tonight you are going to play assistant for your future self. And if you need a few ideas to get started, think like a professional chef. They have this concept called mise en place, which just means everything in its place. You can do that for your life. Lay out your entire outfit, right down to the socks, pack your bag for work or school, create a little launch pad for your keys, your wallet, your headphones, so they are always in the same exact spot. Heck, even just getting the coffee maker ready can save you so much precious mental energy in the morning.
And this really brings us to the most important takeaway of all. This whole method, it isn't magic. It's not about literally inventing a 26-hour day. It's about reclaiming the minutes and, more importantly, the mental energy that you are currently just losing to totally unnecessary friction.
So I'll leave you with one final question. I want you to take a really honest look at your morning routine. Find those little pain points, those moments of frustration, and decide on just one piece of friction you're going to eliminate tonight to make your tomorrow that much better. What's it going to be?